and yet I longed again for his strong arms, the deep blue and sad eyes, and the scars on parts of his body which only I was allowed to see. I enjoyed it so much. I remembered the day when I met him for the first time. I belong to the upper class of society and serve as a high priestess of Osiris. This god is not only the ruler of the dead, but also the power that grants all life from the underworld, from sprouting vegetation to the annual flood of the Nile. Since Maximian wanted to preserve our culture when he became the ruler of our country, he also allowed me to continue working as a high priestess. I had access to all the rooms of the palace and temples. Therefore, I also used the bathhouse almost daily. One day, I experienced a quite pleasant surprise, since my emperor was also there, and I caught a glimpse of his quite hot body. I was so surprised that I didn't even bow before him. Fortunately, he attaches little importance to such gestures. "Oh, excuse me, Your Majesty. I didn't know you were here. I will leave immediately. His body is so hot."
Please don't go. Your name is Gilachepa, right?
I was surprised that he knew my name, although we had never talked before, and I only received instructions by his servants. "Yes, my emperor. How do you know that?"
You caught my eye, so I asked my servants, "Do you want to take a bath with me?"
I knew that the invitation to bathe with him was meant differently. He asked me indirectly if I wanted to have sex with him. I felt honored that he had chosen me to make love with him, and therefore I agreed. His passionate behavior made me melt. I was nervous and afraid of doing something wrong. He noticed what I felt and stroked me tenderly, hugged me, and finally kissed me. Therefore my fear quickly disappeared, and I dared to explore my ruler's body in detail. Thus, I was a bit sad when he left after the sex, and I assumed that this was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me. But I was wrong because he invited me to his bedroom on the same day. He spoiled me intensely, and so it went on for the next weeks. He told me almost nothing about himself, except about his two brothers. Nevertheless, my feelings for Maximian grew more and more. I deeply fell in love with him. When he slept next to me, I wished that the moment would never pass. He was very interested in me and asked me lots of questions, which I was happy to answer.
Tell me about your family, please.
I told him that I have 6 sisters who live with their families far away in Alexandria. I learned the profession of the high priestess from my father, whom Osiris already took to himself, and he may live in the field of reeds together with my mother until all eternity. He loved listening to me. But sometimes I noticed that he became sad. I did not urge him to open up to me. Instead, I hugged him and noticed that it made him feel much better. Suddenly, he asked me if I wanted to marry him. I was a little perplexed since he never confessed his feelings to me, but I accepted his marriage proposal. The ideas of marriage are completely different between our cultures. In Egypt, people usually marry for love. In Rome, it is an arrangement between 2 families for the purpose of bringing children into the world. Therefore, I was aware that Maximian wanted descendants with me, and he had not yet conceived any children. So it was a great honor for me that he had chosen me for this purpose. I married for his sake, according to the Roman tradition, and quit my work as high priestess. Our people were waiting for the news about my pregnancy, but I didn't get pregnant, and we got married 2 years ago. Maximian's patience is slowly coming to end.
I'm disappointed to see that you're still not pregnant.
He never talked about his feelings for me. What if he doesn't love me? I wonder if he would leave me. Maybe, This is my punishment from Osiris for giving up my work as high priestess. I need to pray to Osiris. I hope he will answer me. But for now, I want to talk with my husband about my thoughts. I looked for Maximian, but met his two brothers, who had just taken a bath. I already suspected what was about to happen. I wish you a good day. Have you seen Maximian?
Why are you so formal?
The Emperor shares everything he owns with his brothers.
The welcome yesterday surprised us very much. I think you can do better than that.
And since Maximian owns me, he also shares me with Valerian and Lucius. I'm sorry. Non satis est.
Honey, please, don't treat us like that again.
Valerian.
I've missed your sweet voice, your voluptuous curves. But now, the lions will claim what is rightfully theirs.